Greetings, I am Live.
And I am Scandal.
And
let's play a game together. Yes.
Let's find out if we have any interests in any character at all outside of these
Girls.
women. And is the doctor, encouraging us to relax anymore? Where's our rehabilitation? Are we healing anymore? Is it just girls? But again, I'm looking at this and going, the fact that you have this, chart and everything, and the weird floor fire extinguisher, feels more like an exam room than a patient room.
Kind of, yeah.
A surprise, she said.
Oh my god.
And then unsaid, and then resaid, and then unsaid, and then said it might not be a surprise, and then said it could be a surprise anyway, and then said even she doesn't know if it was a surprise, which is surprising. This is actually what happened. That is what happened.
Like with very little hyperbole, but yeah.
But what kind of a surprise? I literally can't care about anything else except
oh my god,
tomorrow.
Please.
A surprise. I forgot to ask her what time. No!
Honestly, that is a thing everybody seems to forget about. What time do you want us to come over?
I told Ken to meet me in the cafeteria. When? Just do it.
Okay. Sure.
I guess I'll have to find out tomorrow, which is after today, which means that I can't find out until I get to then.
Oh boy.
Wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's tomorrow! Goes screaming into a room. Hi, Rena!
Rena.
Drugged out, fast asleep, huh? What's the surprise?
Oh my god, go away!
Or just, this is nightmare fuel.
Ah! This is bad time!
Nurses come flinging in. What's going on?
Rena slamming on the nurse call button.
Yes.
Help!
Help, there's a monster in my room.
Ah!
I'll have to find out tomorrow in the next episode.
Which is right now.
All right, hold on with us, guys. All right, so we do get an ad every time we do anything in this game, whether it's watch a video or go to the other screen where, you can go to the store or whatever. This is the ad we've got just right now. And we're just kind of wondering, a lot of the ones we've gotten are all my fairy girlfriend, my mafia girlfriend, my billionaire girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case of my fairyland girlfriend or fairy girlfriend, there's experience over and over again, much like Rena with the two nurses.
Right.
Of going, there are two characters that fit the title, in the case, two of them that are obvious fairies, and one that is not. And then it looks like over and over and over again, there's you get two options that are the title style.
Right.
And one option that is a normal option or a standard option.
Right.
And I don't know what that theme is about. I don't know what it's trying to go for there.
Well, it's also confusing because I pointed out going, okay, so for the one that we have played with My Mystic Dragons and also for Yowie Beast Boys, everybody that's a guy is basically under that list of it's either supernatural or they're all monsters or whatever. And I'm like, what's the...
And I have to say that the ones that we've been getting pitched when we were playing both Yowie Beast Boys and My Mystic Dragons all did show your 2, 3, 4 male love interests as all being the thing. Even the mystery at the night, the vet mystery or whatever. You have these, doctors that are all part animal.
Right.
And all three of them are. What do you think?
Okay, so I'm actually going to, this might sound a little strange to you guys, but I kind of actually think some of it has to do with the fact that men are taught basically to caretake. And having people that are more powerful or more valuable than them, even though you might go, it might be fun to have, a fairy girlfriend, I want to have somebody who's more normal because she's on my level, because I'm not threatened then by her.
There's no intimidation factor.
While a lot of women and girls, if you look at most of the fantasy stories involving them, or romance stories explicitly, they tend to really just be I'm always trying to increase my value or be proven that I have value.
By having someone with a much higher social value than me.
Right, and the guys are I'm fine, I don't need that. I'm already valuable, I'm already capable, and whatever
And
else.
I don't need anyone to challenge that. That's an interesting idea. Because if we are in here a high school boy,
right,
with no job, no remarkable distinction other than, having an amazing body, apparently.
Amazing body, but also...
And being good at sport.
Being good at our particular sport and being the best player on the team, but also
But that's our only values. And the nurses have adult world value, where we only only have basically kid world value.
Right.
Not that sports isn't valuable, but when you're in high school, it's just high school sports.
Yeah.
It has potential to be valuable because it might translate to college level, etc., but it isn't there yet.
Nope, not at all.
All right.
Hi.
Ugh. So thank you for joining us for that segue. If you have thoughts on that,
Please feel free.
we would love to hear them.
Yes.
It's morning already?
It
Musician,
is?
I was waiting for you to wake up. And now that you're awake, I will start the music.
Like, I started it preemptively a little once or twice there, because I wasn't sure, like, but then you rolled over and you went back to sleep, so I had to go quiet again.
And then
Can
I
you
got
imagine
it.
the little person, do, oh, he's asleep.
Oh, still sleeping.
Do.
Don't do anything. Don't do anything. Just sit here and, read your magazine, drink your coffee. Oh, he's moving. Do. And then,
Hi.
oh, he stopped moving.
Hi.
I don't know. This job is a little tough. Oh, now he's sitting up. Okay, now music. Just music. Here we go. I got this.
I feel like a terrible person. Oh, he's moving. What is he doing?
Oh. I'll just stare at my keyboard.
Earphones.
This is my keyboard, and I will put on my headphones to focus on the music. Yep.
This is what we're doing.
This is what we're doing. And then I will provide atmosphere.
Yep.
It's morning already.
Hi.
And I've only gone to the bathroom once in all the days I've ever been here.
And it was only to be humiliated.
And nothing else.
Hey!
That was the quickest sleep I've ever had.
What?
I think that's supposed to instill a sense of excitement, but that sounds so weird.
Oh my god!
The fastest sleep I ever did. Okay, so there's this quote, and I don't know who said it, unfortunately, because I love quotes, and I love witty quotes, and interesting quotes, and fun quotes, and profound quotes, but I don't always remember who says them, so just forgive me here. But there's one that says, "Sleep faster, we need the pillows." And that's just how that makes me think of.
Hang on, now I kind of want, sleep faster, we need the pillows. Is that right?
That's
All right.
the one. That's
so
the actual
I'm going to
quote.
Google it if everybody wants to Google with me.
Anyway, so the quickest sleep I've ever had, I think it really is supposed to communicate
no.
a sense of excitement. Who said it?
It
Who
was
said
an
it?
actual thing.
Uh-huh.
It's Gordon Jackson's 6th anthology of quotations.
So,
Okay. It's apparently Yiddish? What?
Is it unattributed?
I don't know. Who is it?
Oh, it could be like a Yiddish proverb.
I don't. Who said? I need to know.
Ugh,
I don't know.
I don't know. It might be one of those like Yiddish proverb kind of things, because some of the like I've collected a few quote books in my time because I find them to be really, really like fun. I mean when people quote us, I get super flattered because it is actually a nerdy fandom of mine, quotes of people, and I've
Right.
even checked out those giant ass like the quotable quote book kind of thing from the library and just spent time with quotes and things and being like I will memorize all the cool, witty, interesting stuff. And when I was at my last job, I used to do like a daily inspirational quote at the end of all of my like pass down emails, which if you don't know what pass down is, it's just sharing from one shift to the other what you did and what they need to know.
Right.
And it was there in, the additional notes kind of thing. And it was just something I really like. So anyway, quickest sleep I've ever had. But yeah,
Yes.
sleep faster, we need the pillows.
Hey,
What time is it anyway? I asked the musician in the corner.
musician. What? Oh, honey, there's a wall.
There's the musician looks
Analog.
up, thinks about pulling their headphones off and then just points to the clock. Like, no, I'm not here for that.
Actually, you know what I thought was really interesting?
Huh.
Apparently, there was a study of going that there are people who do not know how to read an analog clock.
Okay.
And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. But it was like the same thing that I went immediately going, yeah, and there's lots of people who don't know how to, write in cursive.
So you know what? When I was a kid, I did not know how to read an analog clock.
Yeah.
And it took me probably until I had left home and gone to college to learn. So by the time I was like 20, I had a pretty good hand on it. But dyslexia can make it really hard to count the little notches between things. You know what? So even once you've got the basic idea of, count by fives with the big numbers,
Right.
you're kind of rounding to those fives because you're not sure exactly what it's pointing at.
Do you know, though, what usually irritated me? Where people be like, you can't read an analog clock. And I have to say, as somebody who's read analog clocks for a long time in my life, I always thought it was funny because usually one of their examples for an analog clock would be a clock that has no notches on it.
Right, it just
And
has
you're
the four corners, basically.
Four corners, and then you've got, your hour hand, and you've got your minute hand, and you've also got...
your second hand. But there's nothing to point at.
Yeah, and you're like, this is going to take me a minute to read it. Excuse me? And they're like, what's wrong? It looks so pretty. And you're like, fuck you.
There was a weird moral value on reading analog clocks when I was a kid, where sometimes I would ask an adult the time, and they would point their wristwatch at my face and look at me
Oh.
and wait.
Oh, brother.
And to me, it was frustrating because I would say if I admitted I didn't know how to read it, there was a level of superiority, or there was a level of going, well, why not?
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. And it was often a shaming exercise,
Uh-huh.
or going, oh, well, you should learn, and then I didn't get the time.
Uh-huh.
And it was frustrating. And I'm like, look, I didn't grow up with an analog clock in my bedroom. I grew up with a digital clock.
Yep.
So it wasn't like I was using one all the time. And even my cool little plushy peacock Velcro on watch bracelet that you had to pull open and look at was digital, not analog. So you know.
Honestly, I love that too. It's like, no, knowing analog is so important. You're like, bitch, it doesn't matter. It's, you need to know this thing.
Because the moral superiority of being to do an esoteric skill is super important. It's fine.
It's incredibly good.
Anyway, what time is it anyway?
Hi.
Poof! It's time to get your lazy back off that bed. Your lazy back.
Lazy back?
Not your lazy butt. Your lazy back.
I got your lazy back, lazy back.
Oh my God.
God, those commercials were everywhere. It drove me crazy.
All right, so it's not get your lazy ass off that couch. It gets your lazy back off that chair.
Yeah.
Like, were they trying to translate back, like butt, and it was back because it's the rear of you?
Uh-huh.
I think that
sounds like they've been trying to avoid swearing more than once.
But why not say butt? Like, why specifically lazy back?
Again, I'm also like, I mean, we're literally a high school student trying to romance, career women, and they can't say butt.
I know, right?
I'm sorry, y'all,
say butt.
Just say butt.
Like, we're assuming at this point, since we've been in Rena's face and actually literally been trying to touch people this whole time, that, the implication is, as Louisa said, naked bodies exist. You know what? It's okay.
It's fine.
The nurses should not be afraid of saying butt.
No kidding.
Miki?
I'm also like...
When did you get in here? Were you watching me sleep?
Also, though, for me, I'm going like, he's not lazy. His leg is broken.
Right?
Healing sleep is a thing. When you're sick, go to sleep.
Also, get off your lazy back going, is this a mandate to sit up? And I should be sitting up more as part of my therapy or recovery process?
Now, having basically, going to sleep is one thing for when you're sick, but also, if you can have a schedule for your regular time, I'm not kidding, guys, it really helps you organize your day. Even if, it's frustrating or you really don't see why, it really can, basically, trying to write out the big major things that you want to do during the day, it really does, if you want to accomplish things, and, that's the thing, you're like, oh, God, I just can't get motivated to draw, or I can't motivated to write, or motivated to get things done with my life, particularly right now with the pandemic.
Right.
Writing yourself a schedule will be helpful to you, I promise.
Yep.
It is wild.
Anyway, we've benefited greatly from a schedule on occasion, but anyway, Miki, when did you get in here? Musician, well, hopefully not too long ago.
Hi.
Hi. What are you doing here? I'm pissed off at you. That's what. There's a schedule that you were unaware of that you haven't adhered to, and it's your fault, not mine. I'm a nurse. I can go in and out of this room anytime I want to. You have no privacy. You have no personal agency. I am a nurse, not the nurse, not your nurse, not this is, something attached directly to you. It's just a nurse can go in and out of any patient room at any time, whenever they want to.
People, one, usually warn you. Two, also at the same time, too, there is still, they usually explain that, going, we're going to be coming in and out. We usually, though, try to tell you when we're normally going to be here, and also we'll knock.
There was a lot of knocking.
Whoa.
Because you assume that these people are living their lives in their rooms.
Yeah.
That this is a thing that they can do.
I'm a nurse. I just get to do whatever I want.
No, dude.
No.
Whoa. Oh, right. Despite your nurse's outfit and the fact that I'm in a hospital and my entire life revolves around the presence of you and two other women, I almost forgot.
For some reason.
But you did forget, right? You forgot that I was a nurse, didn't you? You forgot my only social value at working at this job of being a professional, sexy nurse. Oh, how did you forget? Is my uniform not sexy enough? I told them
Is my hair not long enough?
I told them we should unbutton them and include cleavage. I put that in the memo.
That was a part of the suggestions, excuse me.
It was in the suggestion box.
From me to everyone else.
Okay, those three lines didn't really like follow each other completely, but rise and shine, sleepyhead. You've got an appointment today. Again, you didn't know about it, but that doesn't matter. You need to be responsible for the schedule I'm going to make you adhere to.
What?
Generally, they will tell you when these have these things. Now, you can forget about them for sure,
Uh-huh.
but if you've got physical therapy and stuff that you're doing, they should tell you the schedule, such as this is when it's going to be happening. And as far as I understand, it isn't like you lose your full autonomy and awareness and connection and they just take care of you like you are a 2-year-old in daycare and just lead you to snack time and lead you to, these other things. Like they communicate with you, like a reasonable human being.
Actually.
And especially if you have no one else there that has like legal agency over you or that has, power of attorney or anything, even regardless if you're a minor, we'll just say you're an emancipated minor with no people involved in your life.
Right.
They would be telling you about your care.
Yes,
An appointment to where? An appointment to where?
Huh?
That's the whole sentence. An appointment to where? Dr. Barton's not supposed to meet me until next week. Why do we not get to know the information that our character knows? And not supposed to meet you till next week? This isn't like you're going into the hospital for, checkups on your home recovery. He's here in the hospital with you.
So I have a theory in regards to one of the reasons why we are not privy to Mister's information, or even in other games where we're not privy to the character that you're playing, their information or the social background or anything.
Okay.
Because they want you to insert your own reasons into it and come up with your own shit and not basically like they don't want to sit there and world build with you or for you or have to explain anything to a character.
They want a more blank slate experience.
Yes. So if they just drop things on you, you just go, oh, okay, then I can just readily accept this rather than the character, having been taught this thing or having to go through this process and going, we're not trying to hold your hand, we're trying to tell you a story that we want you to insert yourself into and then just sort of accept whatever the crap is going on.
I've actually appreciated the understanding that some people do actually put their own names into these stories.
Uh-huh.
That was something that I was completely unaware of. And I'm going to just credit Draconishi for contributing that and being like, hey, this is a thing people do. And they'll just, will basically play the character as if it's them.
Uh-huh.
And I love getting other perspectives because sometimes I can be really bad at thinking of how other people might approach a game because I often approach things like different than the norm. And the same way that I've said in a book club, I was the outlier of approaching things weirdly in the several book clubs that I've been in. But I tend to have a non-standard pattern of approach for a lot of things for no reason that I'm aware of. Mm-hmm. Maybe neurodivergence. Who knows? I say it doesn't make me like special or important in any way. It's just a thing I've noticed throughout my life where I get an experience of going, I didn't even think about your experience at all. I apologize. Sort of a level of almost being unsympathetic or just unaware,
Well, and the thing that I always thought was funny about that, and again, this is not meant to make fun of in any way, because, like, I remember when I was a kid where the most that I ever had in regards to basically self-insertion was playing, like, Pokemon games.
Really?
And even then, because you don't really, to me, ever really get to have a choice. Even though sometimes it's like, oh, you can choose to go this way and fight this battle first or do this thing, or you get to choose these Pokemon, or you can fight in this thing, or you have version differences or whatever else. There wasn't, like, I really never put my name in. Okay. It was never really about me playing me. And then also, again, then growing up, I never went and played games like this where they're like, no, we're encouraging you to put in a name and play with that name. And because all the games that I played were strong, basically self-contained narratives like JRPGs, or, just games where you're following along with just a set story.
Right. Or if you're playing with someone, sort of like the, puzzle adventure games like Monkey Island, you play Guybrush Threepwood. Yeah. And, he's got a name. But the thing is like, I thought that was kind of cool, and I kind of thought about it. It was like, that'd be kind of a neat way to get out of yourself, going, I am in this game, and sort of self-immersion, providing the writers, will keep you safe and take care of you, we hope. Right. But that sounds like a neat concept to me that I just didn't really ever occur to me. But an appointment to where sounds super awkward. Dr. Barton's not supposed to meet me until next week. You forgot about Rena's invitation? Whoa. What? She scheduled this with Miki?
I must say this. I think that actually the game itself now is in full, we feel really self-conscious. We wrote a child to hit on hot nurses, and we're trying really hard to push you towards Rena.
I say it is interesting where it does, like, I didn't pick up on it so much as far as that, but my friend has got a real strong idea here, and I'm like, I'm not opposed to this interpretation, though I think it is one of a couple you could have. They really do seem like they're like, yeah, the hot nurses are here, but you're gonna date Rena.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna enjoy the hot nurses and appreciate them.
They're the sexy objects that you get to interact with or see or walk
Here's
around.
your fun, titillating experience, but you're gonna have a relationship.
Responsibly, you're gonna go over
You're in a
here.
relationship with someone your own age.
Or someone we assume is your own age, but again, with the patronizing and the way that her language seems to be constructed, even outside of me giving her the kid voice, makes me uncomfortable.
Also, her saying Mr. initially, the Mr. instead of your own name, suggests that you're older than she is. Suggests that she's deferring to you in an authority kind of way.
Yeah.
But I find it really interesting that it's like, because like Miki's like, or Arena's like, I have a surprise for you. And then Miki's like, I'm here as
To
an
reinforce.
agent of your care to take you to Rena's room and be like, get out of your bed and get moving. You have an appointment that is a social engagement. This sounds really weird.
It is a little unusual.
Oh, that, and I'm not surprised that you know about it at all, and that we didn't schedule a time in any way, but clearly I am late. That reminds me of in the Arcana when we were late to the castle, but there was no actual scheduled time in any way.
God, that was
So it's
so
like,
annoying.
How do you arrive late when your appointment is on this day? Like,
What does that mean? Is there was some sort of level of implication going, it's tomorrow, remember to be there early?
Or going your appointment is on this day and there's a social convention that suggests it is polite to arrive within a certain time frame.
Except that we don't know that.
We don't know about it,
Yeah.
but presumably our MC does. Anyway, this feels like that because going, Mister, you didn't get a time or a schedule or anything. It was just sometime tomorrow, stop by my room.
Yeah, it's super weird. Anyway, so I guess in the next one we'll deal with, for some reason, that! And Miki is going to throw us out of the door towards Rena, maybe?
Go!
Yeet! So I guess that's where we are. So thank you very much, guys, then, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also please feel free to share our videos if you're having a good time with us. Please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi or Patreon. We got some links in the description down below. And other than that, I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you.
Bye!